Welcome to the Canadian International Meeting of Alcoholics Anonymous. My name is Mick and I am an alcoholic serving as your secretary tonight. Please join us in a few moments silence to remember the still suffering alcoholic both inside and outside this meeting. I've asked Sue if she would do the preamble.
Thank you, Mick. Good evening, everyone. Sue, alcoholic. Good to see you all. The preamble. The original version of the current preamble as it was first introduced to AA in the June 1947 grapevine. Alcoholics Anonymous is a fellowship of men and women who share their experience, strength, and hope with each other that they may solve their common problem and help others to recover from alcoholism. The only requirement for membership is an honest desire to stop drinking. AA has no dues or fees. It is not allied with any sect, denomination, politics, organisation, or institution. It does not wish to engage in any controversy. Neither endorses nor opposes any causes. Our primary purpose is to stay sober and help other alcoholics to achieve sobriety. Thank you.
Thank you, Sue. A very warm welcome goes out to any newcomers or anyone returning to Alcoholics Anonymous. And of great pleasure to introduce Miss J, Miss J, you have 45 to 50 minutes to speak. So if you like, I would like you to start sharing. God bless you.
Thank you. I'm Miss J and I'm an alcoholic. What a joy it is to be here with you. Thank you so much for inviting me. I'm so excited. I don't think in my 50 years, I don't think I've ever been invited to speak to overseas. I don't remember. I'm excited and happy. And thank you, Wes, for looking out for me. Wes is my angel, AA angel. I don't remember too much these days, but I'm 94 years of age, so all you know about that, my memory is leaving fast, but I thank God for people like Wes who helps me remember things, and I thank God for people who picks me up and takes me to my meetings. I no longer drive. I just got a lot to be grateful for, and I just thank God for AA. I knew nothing about you all at all. When someone came and told me about you all, I thought it was AAA car insurance. I cursed the man out and told him I didn't need none. But he gave me a name and a number and told me if I ever got sick and tired of drinking to call that number. Thank God for that. I took the number home and threw it in my junk drawer. It took years before I got sick and tired of drinking alcohol. But I remember that man gave me that number. I found that number, and that was August the 3rd, 1976. And I haven't had another drunk day since, and I just thank God for AA. I came in here, I didn't know what you all was going to be doing. I scared to death. I thought the men was going to have on three-piece suits and beanies on their heads. And I thought the women was going to have on long dresses and headscarves on their heads. And I thought all of y'all was going to have big sticks and beat me for doing wrong. That's what I thought was going to happen in AA. Scared to death, y'all. I was scared. But I had hit that bottom, which I hope all newcomers have hit. And for the very first time, I know you may be smarter than I, but for the very first time, it dawned on me that maybe if I didn't drink as much, I never thought I'd stop drinking. I didn't think about that. But maybe if I didn't drink as much, these things wouldn't be happening to me. And I was willing to do anything or go anywhere to not drink as much anymore. That's where I was. So I got up. They told me, I called the number. They told me where to come next morning. And I got up and, I was scared to death. Looked in the closet. pull out my cleanest dirty clothes, and I headed for AAA. I said AAA for a long time. Nobody never corrected me. They just smiled and said, keep coming back. So that's exactly what I did. I just kept coming back. And finally something. And I got to the point, my members and friends was asking me when was I going to get sober. I'm talking about years for the program. When was I going to get sober? I said, but I'm not drinking. They said, no, but you're not getting sober either. I wasn't doing a darn thing, but just not drinking. That's all I was doing, just not drinking. I hear them say, I don't know if you heard it or not, but I hear them say over here that in America, that means make us make it. And I said, not necessarily. Unless we're working the steps, unless we're changing our lives, only thing we're doing is making meetings, because that's what I did for a long time. For a long time. It got to the point that I wanted to commit suicide, and didn't understand what was going on. So something was happening, and I think it was 4th of July or something was happening. And my car was in the shop. They was giving something. My group was giving something. I wanted to go. I borrowed my daughter's car to go to the meeting. Went to the meeting, and someone spoke on secrets, how dangerous secrets were, And the lady that shared, she said so many things that reminded me of me. And it made me think about a secret that I had done, I don't know how many years ago. And when I did the secret, I said I wasn't going to tell anybody. I was going to take it to my grave. So, thank you. So I thought about that secret, had forgotten it, y'all. I had never remembered it anymore until that day. And I thought, I thought I had told my sponsor everything about me. I didn't tell that secret. I couldn't wait. I couldn't wait till the meeting was over. And I called her and told her. So I had something to tell her. So I told her. And I was talking, she was writing. And when I got through talking, she said to me, well, Jessica, I believe you've gotten to the root of your problem and buried the root. She said, thank you for telling that secret. And when I took the car back to my daughter, she said, oh, Mama, you smiling. I haven't seen you smile in years. Do you know that? I've been smiling ever since. So I say to people who's having problems, I ask them, is there anything they need to tell somebody that they haven't told? And I share with them what happened to me, So I learned that. I've learned everything that I know today. I've learned in AA, everything I know. You could not have told me I didn't know everything until I got in here. And they told me the darndest thing I'd ever heard. They told me to sit down, take the cotton out of my ears, ram it in my mouth, shut up and listen. I hate them people. Lord, I asked them. But I did what they said do. I was too scared not to do what they said do. And I thank God that I did that, I learned how to do that. And this program has taken me places that I never dreamed of going. I was sitting up, listening at a meeting. I was listening to a lady share, and she was of my color, and she was your color. She was Caucasian, and she was sharing about the problems that she had in life. And I said to myself, why aren't some Black woman talking about the problems she's had in life. We've had more problems than any other woman. And the Spirit told me, because you ain't said nothing about it. This lady had written a book. And the Spirit told me, because you ain't wrote your book. Do you know? I left that meeting and got busy finding out how to write a book. I've written 2 books. Not like 2 books. You know, my mother always told me when I was growing up, my mother always told me that I would never amount to nothing. She said I was like my daddy. He never amounted to anything, and neither would I. That's all she ever told me, that I would never amount to nothing. So I thought nothing about it. I just did. So I came in here, and many things has happened to me. I wrote and self-published 2 of my books, 2 books. 2 books. Yeah. Could you give me just a minute? My power is losing. I'm losing power. I'm sorry. Oh, wow. I'm so sorry, y'all. Forgive me.
All is good, Miss J. Don't panic.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
Don't be sorry. It's all good. I let it all. I let it all out afterwards. It'll be all good.
Thank you. Thank you so much. I got it plugged in. So anyway, so there's so many things that's happened to me, that I've done in life. I didn't know anything about a book, how to write a book, but I found out how to do it, and I did it. And at age 86, I used to be really obese, really obese. The doctors was worried about my obesity, and every doctor that I went to told me that I needed to lose weight. I would try, but I just couldn't do it. And it came to me one day, a lady was sharing, and she was talking about her weight loss and how she did what all happened. And do you know what she told me? She told me that she went vegan. I never heard the word vegan before. I said, what's that? She told me what it was. She told me, said, a vegan does not eat anything with a head on it, not made from it, or come out of it, not made from it. Vegan does not do that. I said, well, what do you eat? And she smiled, and she said she ate fruits and vegetables, nuts and grains. I admired her. I had always admired the lady. She looked so fresh and so beautiful. Skin was so nice and beautiful and everything. And I told her, I said, what? I said, you know what? I said, so Thanksgiving, I had already bought my turkey. And I said, after Thanksgiving, I'm going vegan. Yeah. And do you know, the next day after Thanksgiving, I packed up all the meat and anything pertaining meat and took it and gave it to a man's shelter, a man's shelter. And I called her and she told me where to go to get vegan food. I haven't had a slice of meat since that day. And look, my weight just dropped off and stayed off. I go to the doctor now. The doctor tells me just keep doing what I'm doing. I have no doctor problems today. My health has improved 100% since the way that I eat today. I didn't know anything about that, Today, I'm in a nursing home today, and I can't go places and do things as I used to do. But I thank God for Zoom. I said something good came out of everything because I did not know anything about Zoom and never heard about Zoom in my life. They told me about Zoom. I said, what's that? They told me that I needed to get a laptop. Now that's something I have never dreamed of doing, was getting a laptop. But I told my granddaughter who takes care of all my business, I needed a laptop. So she fooled around about 2 or 3 weeks. And I said, Danielle, I need a laptop. She didn't believe I was going to do anything with it. Too old. So I called her one night at midnight, woke her up, and told her I was serious about this laptop. I want you to, as a matter of fact, come get me and take me and get me one. Oh, grandma, they so expensive. Whose money being spent? Come on, girl, don't you mess with me. Come on. So she took me the next day and I got my laptop. I had a friend waiting to show me how to get on. I called her and she was there that same day and showed me how to get on Zoom. And I've been happy, joyous, and free ever since. I thank God didn't tell myself I was too old to learn about Zoom. Because Zoom has saved my life, you know? I wouldn't have met West. I wouldn't have met the people. I wouldn't have met Don. I wouldn't have met the people that I've met. I wouldn't have met, I see Jonathan, oh boy, I see him here, Jonathan here. I wouldn't have met these people if I hadn't gotten on Zoom. I thank God, you know. And I said, well, something good comes out of everything. Because if this epidemic hadn't turned up, I probably wouldn't have known about Zoom. And I thank God for it today. I'm just so grateful today. I've learned today how to be happy, joyous, and free, regardless of what happens to me. One of the worst things could happen to a mother happened to me. I buried my daughter in 1986 from cancer. Any mother will tell you that's the worst hurt a mother will feel is to watch her child die. I did that. I watched her child, who was about 4 or 5 years old, crying. Grandmama, why do my mother have to die? And I was crying and asking God the same question, why? Why not take me in her place? I would have given up my life in a moment for her to get a chance to raise her child. Spirit came to me and told me her time was up. Mine wasn't. I left it alone, haven't questioned God another time since then. Just grateful that I was able to, and sober, so I could help raise my grandchild. You know, I find the good in everything that happens. I find something to be grateful for. In the home that I'm living in, I'm a vegan, and I don't think they ever heard the word vegan. Let's not know what to cook. Food is ridiculous here. I'm living off of peanut butter and crackers and cheese sandwich, vegan cheese sandwich and tomato soup, you know? But I don't complain. One of the great things that would happen to me if I fall, there'd be someone to pick me up. And I move on. My twin brother laid in the floor 6 days dead before they found him. That was what happened to me. So I just look for the good in everything. And I move on one day at a time, you know? So I learned to live my life today. Life is great. I have AA, as long as I have you all, I'm doing all right. You know, I talk about my mother. She always told me I'd never amount to nothing, my mother. I had a twin brother, she loved him and hated me. My mother came down with cancer. My brother said he didn't have time to look after her. Well, back in those days, we did not have the conveniences that we have today. When something happened to the family, it was expected for a family member to take care of that family. So I gave up a free college education. Vocational rehabilitation was going to pay my way through college until I got my master's degree. And I gave it all up. to go look after my mother, who hated me. I prayed to just let me hear her say something good about me. Something good about me. 3 days before she died, well, we had taken her, my brother and I had taken her up for observation, and they had told us that she was leaving, she was dying. Okay. So I took her, my brother called me and said, she's eating, but we can't find her dentures. I said, oh, I have them. I've been having them ever since we went to the doctor. I'll bring them to her tomorrow morning. Took her dentures. She just looked at me. She never said anything. I wasn't expecting her to say anything. So I stayed there with her till the nurse came in. When the nurse came in, I left. And I heard my mother say, wasn't that sweet? I thought the nurse had brought her something. I looked back to see something in her hand. And they were both looking at the door towards me. And I heard the nurse say to her, Mrs. Bowles, you have 2 beautiful children. And I heard my mother say, yes, I have. Do you all know that's the first time I ever heard my mother say something kind about me in my life? You hear me? Oh, I shouted and praised God all day long. I heard my mother say something kind about me. Oh, I called everybody. I couldn't get over hearing her say that. Okay. That was on a Friday. She, grandparents love the grandchildren, so she had one grandson. So I called him and told him he needed to come check on his grandmother. She was asking about him. So he came in that Friday, brought his family, and called me that evening and asked me, could I keep my grandson that Saturday? Because his mother-in-law wanted to visit her too at the hospital. I was happy to keep little Howard. I was so happy that I was sober and they trusted me enough. I just had a good time. Little Howard and I had a good time. My daughter was the first one to come to the house. She said, oh, Mama, I'm so glad you didn't come to the hospital today. I said, why? I said, Grandmama clowned. She clowned. What did she say? What'd she do? And it seemed like they had all got together and had a little mini meeting to discuss what they was going to tell me, because all of them told me the same thing. We're not going to tell you what she said. We're just glad you weren't there. To this day, that's all I know. That's all I know. That's all I know. That Saturday, that Saturday, I didn't feel like going anywhere. I didn't go to the hospital to visit my mother. That Sunday, I forgot to visit her. I forgot to visit her. I had a friend that I was dating, and he told me to come over what all he's going to do, and we just had a good time that day. That's the day she died. My Creator wanted the last words for me to hear her say was something kind about me. So I just want to say, if you're having problems, just stay sober and just don't worry. God will take care of it. God will work it out for you. If you just be still, keep doing what you're doing. Don't drink. Go to meetings. Help someone every chance you can. That's my life today. That's where I've done it. It has worked for me. Help someone every chance you can. I guarantee God will take care of you. God has taken care of me. I'm so grateful to God to have been in this program. So grateful to God for everything that happens to me today. I say about this place that I'm living in, like I say, one good thing about this place, if I should fall, there'll be someone to pick me up. And I'll move on with my life one day at a time. Trust God, clean house, and help others. It's my life today. I'm so grateful to be here with you. I'm so grateful that I was invited to speak overseas. I've never done this before. I'm so thank God for all of you being here. I'm so grateful for my friend Donna being here. Donna was supposed to be with me today. She left, I think, Pennsylvania to visit me. Had a car accident along the way and didn't get a chance to get here. But thank God she wasn't hurt. She's all right. And she was able to visit me today on Zoom with all of you. Thank God for Evelyn. I see Evelyn here. Evelyn. Let's see you now. God bless you. All of you. And you know, Wes, how much I love you. You're my angel. You're my AA angel. Thank you so much for helping me. He always helps me to remind me of things because I forget. He called me today to remind me because God knows I had forgotten it. Had not been for Wes, I would have seen me. But I can rely on that. He's my spiritual angel. God bless you. I hope I didn't take too much of your time. I certainly hope that you enjoyed what I said, and I'm so grateful for you. And I'll leave with that. Thank you so much for allowing me to share. Thank you.
Thank you, Miss J. Absolute. Look at the clapping you're getting, eh? What a beautiful share. Now, top notch. And I loved your sharing. I absolutely loved your sharing. And, I identified with you when you said you came into Alcoholics Anonymous, and they said, about telling them who you were, what you were, and where you came from. Because that was my biggest fear in my life, letting people know who I was, and I came into Alcoholics Anonymous, and I was afraid to tell you who I was, what I was, and where I came from. And when I did, guess what? You loved me for it, and because, and trusting people in AA. I never trusted anyone as a child, as I grew up, and in AA through time, I learned to trust the AA people. You know, it's it's a special place for me. Like you, if you add yours to mine, we've done 100 years together. What a, and I only read how I got this 50 years, not drinking and coming to meetings, was a member said to me, Mick, let's do 50 years together, shall we? And I said, yeah. And just before the 50 years was up, I started to get a bit panicky because I thought, crikey. And then I remembered what it says in our big book, it's a journey, not a destination. So now I'm going to die sober, thanks to you people. One day at a time. You kept mentioning it's only one day at a time. I'm a great advocate for that. I tell people I'm 50 years and it's only by one day at a time. And keep coming to meetings and sharing. Thank you, Miss J. Right. In closing, we have come to the end of the meeting, and Kathy is going to read the promises. There you are, Kathy. Oh, they are, Kathy.
Oh, yeah. Good evening. My name's Kathy and I am an alcoholic. If we are painstaking about this phase of our development, we will be amazed before we are halfway through. We are going to know a new freedom and a new happiness. We will not regret the past nor wish to shut the door on it. We will comprehend the word serenity and we will know peace. No matter how far down the scale we have gone, we will see how our experience can benefit others. That feeling of uselessness and self-pity will disappear. We will lose interest in selfish things and gain interest in our fellows. Self-seeking will slip away. Our whole attitude and outlook upon life will change. Fear of people and of economic insecurity will leave us. We will intuitively know how to handle situations which used to baffle us. We will suddenly realize that God is doing for us what we could not do for ourselves. Are these extravagant promises? We think not. They are being fulfilled among us, sometimes quickly, sometimes slowly. They will always materialize if we work for them. Thank you.
Thank you, Kathy. And I'd like to thank everybody, especially our speaker, Miss J, for a wonderful, wonderful share. And, and well, look at the hands that went up. Absolutely wonderful. And also Papa Lewis for for doing timer, the preamble by Sue S, and promises by Kathy. And right, what else we got here? A reminder: we have a meeting on 7 days a week at 8:30 UK time. We also have a meeting every Sunday at 6:30 p.m. UK time. This is a meditation meeting. On Saturday, we have this meeting every week. Oh, well, yeah, every week, good we do. UK time. And we have for an extended share and for the archives. And on Thursday evening, we have a meeting at 7:30 UK time. We use the same code for all our meetings. Stick around for the fellowship after the meeting. If you want a breakout room after the meeting, please ask the host. Yellow card.
I don't have it.
You don't have it. Okay. Who you see here, what you hear, when you leave here, please let it stay here. And I'd like to ask Miss J to see us out with a serenity prayer.
Grant me the serenity to accept the things I cannot change.
Courage
Change the things I can.
And the wisdom to know the difference.
the difference.
Miss J, what a wonderful lady.
Thank you.